Hello, this is Lance Johns. Lance Johns is driving to Las Vegas and more, baby. I'm in my room. Y'all see Maryland. I'm a Maryland fanatic. Maryland's all over my wall. Plus, my old license plates. My Arkansas license plate of my present, my S10, and the Arizona plate under the Arkansas one. But both them plates right there are the S10 ones. The Z, I don't know if you see it. The ZDI is my present tags, and then the two over there. The one on top is the PT Cruiser, and the one below is the GMC Sierra. And this is my Kmart thing I stole off of University when Kmart was closed on Asher. And this is my John C. Lincoln Honor Health board that I took. Well, I took it when they was throwing away. So, but I still have it because that was like the best place I worked at. I guess in Phoenix, yeah, that was the best place I worked in Phoenix. Yeah, cause I had so much fun with Matthias and what's his name, Tony. So much fun. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about Juneteenth. Okay, June 19th. Well, it's actually June 20th, but June 19th is the day of Juneteenth where the slaves were free in Galveston, Texas. Galveston, Texas was like the last place that got free because I know the Civil War ended in April 1865. Lincoln got killed like after that, and then I guess Galveston didn't hear the news and they were still fighting, and then they had to go down there, I guess, and end the fighting, I guess. But yeah, June 19th of this year was the 155th anniversary of Juneteenth. But let's continue with the story. Okay, this story comes out of Washington from Thursday. Changing public attitudes about racial inequality could propel a legislative effort to make Juneteenth a day to recognize the end of slavery, a new federal holiday. Hopefully they will. Lawmakers are already taking extraordinary steps following the spread of recent incidents involving the deaths of African Americans in the hands of police. Ahead of Juneteenth, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi of California, Democrat, ordered Thursday that all portraits of former House speakers who served in the Confederacy be removed from the U.S. Capitol. With Black Lives Matter movement building, lawmakers are considering a possibility of a Juneteenth federal holiday commemorating 1865 executions by the Union Army of Galveston, Texas, to free the last known held slaves in the former Confederate States. Lawmakers in both political parties have sponsored one moment. They have sponsored a resolution in the House and Senate to recognize June 19th as a federal holiday, but legislation has never been passed by both chambers of Congress. After 3 weeks of demonstrating to find the death of George Floyd, in Minneapolis, changing social attitudes about institutional racism could be the pressure needed to push Congress to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. Since 2013, Representative Sheila Jackson Lee Democrats of Texas have filed a resolution requiring the House to recognize the historical significance of June 19th. The resolutions never reached more than 57 co-sponsors, but this year Jackson Lee resolution has garnered more than 200 co-sponsors, including Democrat and Republican members of the Nevada congressional delegation, Dina Titus, Mark Amadale, Stephen Hodgford, and Susan Lee. With increased support for the resolution, Jackson Lee told local media outlets in Texas that she is working on a bill that will make Juneteenth a federal holiday legislation that Titus said she would support. Juneteenth is an important reminder of the work we still must do to bend our arching history towards justice. Too many American citizens don't understand the significance of Juneteenth. Making a federal holiday will help change that. The enslavement in the United States is something we should all celebrate, she said. Hodgford, a member of Congress Black Caucus, said this day is especially important this year as we mourn the deaths of black men and women across the country and look towards passing into law, justice, and policy acts with concrete federal reforms to address the roots and causes of these injustices and biases that persist today. On this year, 150th anniversary of the first Juneteenth, let us hold close this reminder of how far our country has come in the track towards equality and justice for all, and how much progress there is yet to accomplish. Horsford said. Tim Scott of South Carolina, the Republican African-American Senate, said on NCB Meet the Press that Juneteenth federal holiday could be an education to it to mark the historical significance of the date. I'm open to it, Scott said in the television interview. I think it's a brilliant idea, Scott said. Conservatives in the House were also open to ideas, so you never know what may happen. Movement rallies. The South Carolina senator was instrumental in persuading President Donald Trump to move his Tulsa, Oklahoma president campaign rally from Friday to Saturday after the scheduled day created an uproar. The Juneteenth is also the anniversary of a Tulsa race riot in 1921. Trump also created an uproar following the death. In the wake of the Floyd death, some of the protests have turned violent, and Trump took a hardline stance. When the shooting starts, he said, commented that both wide concern in both parties found the removal of peaceful demonstration from photo op in Lafayette Square. The threat to use of military force to disperse the demonstrators, the president toned down his rhetoric in advice of aides and allies, including Scott. Trump tweeted that he moved the Tulsa rally, as many of my African American friends and supporters have reached out to suggest that we consider changing the day out of respect for the holiday and observation of the important occasion and all that it represents. Every recent American president, from Trump to Bill Clinton, has observed Juneteenth and commemorative speeches. And 47 states in this Columbia observed the day, although it has been recently that the states took action. Texas was the first in 1980 to officially recognize the day. Montana was one of the last in 2017, according to the Congressional Research Service. Nevada recognized the day in 2011. Make Juneteenth a federal holiday would be good for Nevada, Titus said, because state play an important part in bringing about the enslavement joining the Union during the Civil War and supported the relocation of 13 minutes. States that do not recognize Juneteenth is Hawaii and North and South Dakota, according to the Congressional Research Service. This week, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam, a Democrat whose first term was embroiled in controversial use of his blackface in college, called or the Commonwealth to make Juneteenth a paid state holiday. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said he would do so next year. Okay, protests and response. Meanwhile, Floyd's death resulted in 3 weeks of demonstrations in cities across the country, including highly protests in Las Vegas and other Nevada cities. Lawmakers in both political parties have acknowledged the systematic racism. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, has sought a federal investigation in the death of Breonna Taylor in his hometown of Louisville. He said the question institutional racism is not in dispute. Taylor, a EMT, died in her bed from multiple gunshot wounds following a botched no-knock police raid. Following the Floyd killing, NBC News Wall Street Journal poll found that Americans were more concerned about the unusual treatment and death of black men while police custody than demonstrators, including those that turned violent. The poll found that 59% of voters were troubled by Floyd's death, including 55% of white respondents, 65% of Latino respondents, and 70% of black respondents. Respondents, not responders. There were 27% of respondents said that they were more concerned about the demonstrators and protests. The poll surveyed 1,000 registered voters between May 28th and June 2nd. It has a margin of error plus minus 3.1% points. Treatment by police against people of color has prompted a change in public attitudes and reverse of policies by companies and even the NFL. Many companies, including Nike, Target, Twitter, and others, are making a day with a style pay holiday. A change in public attitude in 1983 preceded Congress creating the last federal holiday to recognize assassinated civil rights leader, the Reverend Martin Luther King. It took place 20 years after his historic 1963 March on Washington. The House passed the legislation 38 to 90, and later the Senate approved it 78-22. Following the lengthy debate and attempts to block the bill by late Senator Jesse Helm, Republican, North Carolina, President Robert Reagan immediately signed it into law. My arm is just killing me. I don't know why. While Congress had created 11 federal holidays, there have been 1,100 proposals for holidays that have failed to be reenacted, including those recognized farm worker and labor organizer Cesar Chavez called to make Election Day a federal holiday. Okay, well, sorry. Well, hopefully that they'll make Juneteenth a federal holiday, and yeah, because something needs to be done because there's too much going on. There's a lot of stuff going on because of what happened to George Floyd and other victims of police brutality. And hopefully, this will happen and it will make it easier. It just make it easier, for people to celebrate, June 19th as a federal holiday, and just make it easier for, for African Americans to remember this day and stuff. If it's talked about more, then it'll be remembered. But in a way, thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification, comment below. If you see something, say something, don't be afraid to speak out. But again, thank you. Yeah, and have a good day. Bye.